High school juniors, now is the time that you might start thinking about essays. Now, you don't have to start writing one right now. You know it doesn't take very long to write. You've probably written papers in the middle of the night. But getting the ideas and feeling confident about them, that's the hard thing. So here, I'm going to show you how you form an idea. I'm down by my stream. You can hear my kids in the background. They're playing ice hockey on the stream.
This is our symbol.
Oh, it's so cool. So cool. Anyway, we're here. Look at this. Look at this ice. Now, you can take anything in your life and write about it. Anything. So if it were me, and right here, sitting here and looking at this ice, do you see how, like, if I back up a little bit, it almost looks like there are little fish or mice or something under the ice? And then all you got to do is start in a tiny moment of your life. Like I'm starting right now with this ice and looking at the little, like the way the water goes under the ice walls, it looks like mice, which reminds me that our house is full of mice. We live in a farmhouse, a really old farmhouse. And we aren't very good at exterminating mice. I feel yucky about it, but of course mice are gross and there's poop all over, so we have to. And so we're in the process of doing that. And like that then relates to all different areas of my life. You know, I lived in the Galapagos Islands for a while and I thought a lot about which creatures belonged and which didn't. I work with people and the people there often felt like, scientists called them invasive species. They often felt like they didn't belong. And so if I were going to write my essay, I might just start at this ice and the way it looks like little mice are crawling under it. And then I might pivot to the mice in my house. And then I might pivot to this idea of belonging. Like, how do we belong in a place? How do we figure that out? Which is a really pertinent topic today is all sorts of people are having their human rights taken away over this question of belonging, right? There's a lot to think about in this world. And if you slow down and stop at any individual moment, you can find an essay, right? It could be this ice, or it could be this straw, like what does straw mean in your life? It could be anything you see anywhere. So you got to just start being little artistic machines. Start noticing your world. And when you notice your world, when you notice a tiny thing, a crack in the ice, everything becomes a metaphor and everything expands out. And if you start just talking about the tiny, 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 tiny things, your whole life can explode. That's how you get your ideas, my friends. Just start at a tiny thing you see and then begin to write, and write atrociously for 5 minutes. If you try to write great, it'll be so hard you'll get all stuck. Try to write bad. Just write about mice under ice and then expand it. Write about snow, write about crunch, write about trees without leaves, write about anything you see in front of you and write about it so closely. All right, good luck, lovies. Bye.